5 on the shot clock. Oladipo. Not easy.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
The drive, right to the basket. Off the penetration, almost, but no good. For 3, not going down here. Go in this first half. Horford. And stuffs it home. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
Pacers beyond the arc. And it's Harris who's able to clear the rebound. Smith now into the front court. His team down 9. To Embiid. And finishes strong.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
To Turner.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Pacers are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Indiana Pacers. The 76ers are within striking distance at the half.
And without question, they can put themselves in a position to win this game if they continue to rack up the assists.
These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track. Blocks.
All right, let's be honest. Some of these guys have been getting embarrassed tonight with the way their shots are getting blocked. But you can't deny the entertainment value.
Player of the half.
Miles Turner has been making the competition look silly on the defensive end.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Pacers are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Defense, let's
To Embiid. Harris. It was right there. To Turner.
Everybody's just going their separate ways.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Here comes the screen. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
To Embiid. Lets it fly from long range. Offensive board. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Yes, Victor Oladipo. With that, he's 5 for 9.
But that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Sixers have the basketball. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Nothing going here on that drive. Five to shoot for Indiana. Here's a chance from long range. Rebound Horford. Into the front court comes Smith. The margin standing now at 7. Nice pass to get things going.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Curling inside.
Cutter, coming through.
The Pacers with 4 to shoot. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Look, do I love the versatility offensively of Domantas Sabonis? Yes. Well, let me tell you why I love even more. Sometimes you need somebody who just gives a hard screen. Somebody to put the defender right on their back. Send a message. That's what Sabonis brings to the table.
Harris to Embiid. Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Here we go.
Screen coming.
They're coming left. Oh, I've been waiting for this man.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Embiid knocked loose. Pacers come up with it. Oladipo. Here comes the screen. To Turner. It goes down.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Oladipo into the front court. Leads 5.
Here we go.
Count the basket at the rim.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. 4 out of 7. Indiana with the basketball. To Turner. Surveys the floor. To Turner. From the painted area, won't go down.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Oh, he had him there for a second. Here comes the screen. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. To Embiid. Knocked loose. Pacers have it. And count the basket.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Nothing going here on that drive. Beyond the arc for 3. Cleared by the Pacers. The screen sets him up for 2.
So deadly. Now look, part of that is God-given talent. But the other part is that ball speed combined with that handle. Oh, that's off the charts. But he always finds a way to slow himself down right before he goes into that shot.
It's Indiana basketball. Second effort. Swings it. To Turner. Cruises inside for 2.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Defense forces the turnover, and it leads to points.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
To Embiid. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Joel Embiid at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Hasn't missed yet. And he missed the free throw. Here comes the screen. Joel Embiid rejects it. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Sixers control it. Runner here won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Now a pass stolen by the Sixers. Pacers secure the rebound. Turns and slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with great. That's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. Gets to the basket and scores.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Kyle O'Quinn tips it. That's out. Last touch by Kyle O'Quinn. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes two of us.
Add 2 points to the board.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Over to the right side. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more other players were willing to run to their spots, the harder the bigs were running to the rim, the harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Ben Simmons trying to cash in on the three-point play. 56% for his career. And he misses that one free throw. To Oladipo. He gets it.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
To Oladipo. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
And a lot of passers usually have their head on a swivel, but ultimately, either you have a feel for the game or you don't.
Count the bucket for two.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Pacers with the possession. Kyle O'Quinn snatching it out of the air.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Trying to cash in. Nice pass to set things up. Simmons with it. His guys down big. Oh, he got a piece of it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Looking to take this all the way to the outside. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Count it. Three-pointer is good.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Lays it up and in.
Here's lesson number one. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of break dance move they might hit you with.
Kylo Quinn, huge block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Into the front court comes Simmons. Down a bundle, gets it in the right corner. Here comes the screen. And scores.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint. Late heave to beat the buzzer. The quarter comes to an end with the Pacers way out in front. So the Pacers with the basketball to start the fourth quarter. And if they were looking good at halftime, Jay, they're really looking good now.
They really turned up that intensity in the third quarter. They were looking to put this game out of reach, and they've come out close to doing it.
With the interception, great defensive play.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in the playoff game, it will.
Oh, Ben Simmons. He's now 4 for 6.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Driving right to the basket. Kylo Quinn able to blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Jumper's good.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Throws it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Finish that. Here's Simmons with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Deep left corner. Knocks it down from mid-range. To Brogdon. Kylo Quinn sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Simmons. school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Here comes the screen. He throws it down. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Off the assist.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of them.
4-3. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. To the rim. Lays it up and in. Now a whistle. And Indiana is going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now. To Brogdon. Here comes the screen. Brogdon. Turner. And he buries it.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be creative. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Pacers control. From long range. And it's good.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
To Simmons. The drive right to the basket. Drive by Harris, but a shot won't go. The follow won't go either. Another follow, still no good. To Turner. Got it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Turner. To Brogdon. Has a look. That's usually one that he'll knock down. To Simmons. There it is, Al Horford. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Here comes the screen. To Simmons. Fires the three. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Now the Pacers go to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Oladipo to Turner. From the painted area, won't go down. Simmons. Five on the shot clock for Philadelphia. Has a chance, can't connect.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Oladipo. Victor Oladipo with the slam. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Here comes the screen. Simmons. To Oladipo. Free throws coming up.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First free throw is good. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Smith into the front court. Trailing by 15. A lot of contact. No whistle. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Brogdon. Substitution being made in this one. Smith with a shot, it won't fall.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Oh, good work to step in front. The pass taken away.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and
And a putback.
he usually pays his bills doing things around the perimeter. Nice work right there around the rim.
To Turner. And good work defensively as the pass is taken away. Add 2 points to the board.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Indiana with the basketball. To Turner. Now a steal on a very lazy pass there. Shot from the lane won't go. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. To Embiid. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Knocked loose. Taken by the Sixers. Good look that time, but off the mark. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
It's Indiana basketball. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. To Oladipo. Time for some new personnel into the game. To Turner. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You hear coaches talk all the time about passing the ball on time and on target. As a passer myself, if I can deliver the ball to you in a position where I cannot give you options to think, but just go up and make the play easy, that's a win-win.
Here comes the screen. For three. That's good D. Shot no good. To Embiid. And count the basket inside.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To shoot for Indiana. Doesn't get the bounce. And scores. Strong take. For the win. This one to the Pacers as they just squeak this one out by a point. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Pacers edged out a close victory in today's game. The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Indiana Pacers. The 76ers finished on the losing end of a close score. The way they shot the ball was outstanding, but even still, it wasn't enough to get the result they wanted. More often than not, you're going to win games when you shoot the ball as well as they did here today.
Game track.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose, signing out.